Loaves and Fishes, I know this stat, and I'm thinking that the food that went to the Fort Jones Community Food Bank was at least that much, because they split it. So 300 meals out of that, easy.
So the way that works is it's a coordinated effort. It was very much timing and coordination because of food handling and keeping it at the right temperature. So I'm not saying that we could never get food from fire camp if it was extra, but it would just require a lot of volunteers to show up at the right time and to keep it at a temperature that's safe. That's pretty much the biggest hurdle we had. The bicycle one was good though, because they packaged it all up for us.
Yeah, we learned a lot about that.
About food handling.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were doing like 1,000 pounds of compost a day or something for that bicycle ride that came through town. And they donated tons of food. I went ate once. Did you go eat?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. They served like tri-tip, salmon, beef tips. It was a pretty amazing bicycle.
Any other questions for Christine?
Yeah.
What are the hours?
So right now, so when I got hired, it's the 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 2. But that's going to be changing for winter time because once I introduce the tutoring program, I have to adjust my time because I only get 32 hours a week. And when I leave the center, even though I have volunteers, the center has to close because I'm the only full-time employee. So when I go do outreach or I need to go take care of something in another town, we have to close the center. So if you come by and it's closed, I apologize, but it usually means I'm out in the community and you might see someone through the window, but they're not allowed to open the door. So, any other questions? No more questions. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Up next, we have Mary and Teresa from the Valley Oaks Community Center. We're trying to stick to 5 minutes. However, the reality of that is there's so much good information that
So we're not going to finish at 7:30, so
we will be done at 7:30.
I'll be good. My name is Teresa Beatty. I am Vice President of Valley Oaks. And I want to talk to you about some of the, what we do and some of our expanding programs, or I should say, I don't know what you call it. So we're going to be doing a Valley Oaks Fall Festival this year. This is going to be a first of its kind for us. It will be held October 12th, which is a Saturday, starting from 9 to 3. And it's a pretty big affair. It's, we're focusing not only on our older community, but our community as a whole and bringing everything together. So we're going to have some family fun activities on October 12th. We're going to be holding the first annual Great Pumpkin Contest. And I know there's a lot of people in our community that are growing great pumpkins this year, including me and some neighbors down the road. And we look at each other's pumpkins and like, oh my gosh, and Eddie, get more fertilizer on that pumpkin. Kim's is getting bigger than ours. And I know a lot of people have these little competitions going around to grow these pumpkins. So we're going to be doing that. We have Morgan Heavy Equipment with their big crane truck coming, and we bought a scale specially. We just got it certified from the county to weigh our pumpkins. So we're getting really excited about this, and we will also have pumpkins for sale. The other thing we're going to be doing is a good old-fashioned pie eating contest, and we've finally decided on fruit pies, and so this is going to be quite interesting. The 4-H'ers are going to be there to help clean up after us and our mess, so we're really grateful, going to be grateful for them. We have a chili cook-off that we announced last week. We aren't getting a big response for it. We were doing it kind of by request. We had started planning for this last year, and people were posting on the Facebook, Scott Valley Lowdown, is there going to be a chili cook-off, you know? And so, yeah, we're doing it, but so far we haven't had any signups for the chili cook-off. So if you know of anybody that wants to do it, they need to call the number on the poster and get signed up for that. We're gonna have a youth scavenger hunt, and it's gonna be 3 different age groups. Scott Valley Focus is going to have a tent at the festival, and they're gonna be doing the sign in or check in and check out of the young people for the scavenger hunt. And that was one of my favorite things to do. Every birthday I had, part of the party was to go out in the neighborhood and do a scavenger hunt. So this scavenger hunt will be confined to the Etna City Park grounds, and each age group will have their own set of challenges to go find and then check back in. Scott Valley Focus will also be there for answering questions, lost and found, lost parents, all of that kind of stuff. Their tent will be there to take care of those situations. We also are going to have a scarecrow contest, a scarecrow building contest. And so that should be a lot of fun. I'm hoping we get a lot of response for that. We will be selling hamburgers as a fundraiser for Valley Oaks. There will also be a vendor fair going on. So it's going to be quite busy. We'll be selling our raffle tickets for our upcoming December raffle. So we're just really hoping that the community will embrace this first fall festival, and if it goes well, we will make it an annual event at Etna City Park. So I think it'll be fun, a lot of fun. Mary Beebe, our treasurer, has been doing a lot for this building in the last 2 years. She has been working on grant writing. And as you can see here, you know, it's a nice building, but it's got its quirks. And so we've been working really hard to find grants and raise money to restore this building. And so when we're doing these big events like this, it's not just for the community to have fun, it's also to raise money for fixing this building. And some other things that are coming up. Our restoration bingo is the 3rd Saturday of every month, so the 28th of this month will be our restoration bingo. That all of the proceeds from that bingo goes into restoring this building. This coming Saturday night, the 21st, is Etna High School bingo, and so they are raising money. And they use our building, and there's food served, so if you want to come out and support Etna High School this coming Saturday for bingo, that would be awesome. Let's see. And then Halloween's coming up. So there's a fundraiser, and you'll see these posters are going up around town. And I had to learn what Pizzoli was because I didn't know, but it sounds yummy. So Sunday, September 29th, here between 4:30 and 6:30 p.m., there's a Pizzoli and a drink. Comes with a tostada shell and all the fixins. Dine in or take out, $15 pre-sale, $18 at the door. And I'm not quite sure I've got this right. There's going to be a big Halloween, the haunted house, and something's also going on at the Grange. Am I right?
Yes.
So this whole area is going to be just where you want to be and bring your kids for Halloween, right? Okay. So the fundraiser for that is Sunday, September 29th between 4:30 and 6:30. And all the benefits will be going towards the haunted house. Thank you very much.
Up next, we have Dee Jones from the Scott Valley Theater Company. You're welcome.
Good evening. I am Dee Jones from the Scott Valley Theater Company, and I'm here tonight to let you know about all of the exciting things that we have going on at the Avery. We, the Scott Valley Theater Company, own the Avery Theater, and it is a public benefit corporation, so the 7 of us board members gather every month for a board meeting and plan things out. We started about 3 years ago. After COVID, the Avery Theater was really struggling like many performing arts venues. And so what we did was get 7 new energetic board members, most of whom are younger than me. And in fact, all of them are younger than me now that I think of it. And they have energy and they have vision. So what we've been able to do in the last 2.5 years are to have put in a brand new electric panel. We were using an antiquated electric panel as switches for all of our lights. That wasn't safe and it wasn't smart, and so we raised enough money to put in a new electric panel. We put in hot water in the bathrooms. I don't know if you remember, but if you wanted to wash your hands there, you had to be content with cold water. Now you've got hot water in bathrooms. Yay, what a concept. We painted the bathrooms and we put down new linoleum in the bathrooms. We put in new light fixtures in the auditorium, and we put out a public appeal for donations, and we put in a brand new popcorn machine. So we have the best tasting popcorn in the valley. Also, along with that, we have done grant writing. We received a $4,000 grant from the Scott Valley Rotary Club to get an asbestos assessment, because the building was built in 1957 and it's riddled with asbestos, and we didn't know where and we didn't know what we were going to do about it. So Scott Valley Rotary came alongside us. We got a company that specializes in such to go do that for us. That was the first step in our renovation plan, which is probably a 10-year plan. The second step was we applied for and received a grant from the state of California for $25,000 from leftover COVID money. We took that and we went to a well-regarded architect and engineering firm out of Reading called Nichols, Melberg and Rosetto, and they have done a lot of theater work. The architect that we have working on the feasibility study is actually kind of connected with community theater in the Reading area, and so he knows about these things. We're about 75% done now with the feasibility study, and once we have that, the next step would be to go after the big grants to be able to renovate the theater. We estimate that renovation of the entire building will be costing between $4 and $6 million. We need our community to come alongside us. As such, we have grown a great number of supporters. We have about 300 people now on our email database. We send out a newsletter to keep you informed. We have movies the third Saturday of every month, and for $10 you can come and see the big screen, which is the next thing that we're doing. We got a couple in the community who are willing to buy us a brand new retractable drop from the ceiling movie screen, and we will be debuting that at FlixFest in November. So watch for us on Facebook. We've got a pretty good social media presence, and our community is really supporting us, and for that I say thank you. You're all helping.
You got one more minute to mention the silent film coming up.
Okay, I've got one more minute to welcome the silent film. It's actually our second annual silent film, be taking place Sunday the 22nd of this month at 5 o'clock. And playing for us a live score is Lisa Campbell to go with the silent movie, which is Safety Last, starring Harold Lloyd. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
We have our upcoming movie presentations. I'll set back on the back table.
Up next, we have Shannon Ferguson with Presents Under the Tree.
Ho, ho, ho.
No, no, no.
It's a little early for Christmas, but we're still going to introduce the program that Scott Valley Focus is doing. This will be our 3rd year doing it. It's called Presents Under the Tree. And this year, it's basically a program to help children in the community that might not be receiving Christmas gifts this year. And we're going to be putting a couple giving trees up around the community. Some of the locations that have already agreed are the Fort Jones Post Office, Mechanics Bank, Banner Bank, the Etna Bakery, and the Scott Valley Berean Church. Possibly more to come. So if you see one of these trees, grab a tag. You can buy a gift for a child. It'll say their age and their gender, and you can leave the unopened present back at the same location, and we'll be collecting them around the valley. There's other ways that you can help if finding a tree is not your forte. You can donate to the program. We have a website, scottvalleyfocus.com. You can donate on there or mail a check to the P.O. box on there and just indicate that you want it going towards this program, Presents Under the Tree. You can also help by taking some of the funds from that donation and helping us shop, wrap, deliver some of these presents. And if you even know of some children in the area that might be a good candidate for this program, you can let me know. So I have a flyer here with my name and phone number and the website for Scott Valley Focus where you can donate, and that's pretty much it.
Thank you. Next up, we have Jay Martin with Siskiyou News.
Lisa, is this your laptop? Oh, okay. I was just wondering, I was going to show on the website where it's easy, but I'll try to explain. I'm Jay Martin, Siskiyou News. A couple years ago, I had 0 social media. It wasn't my thing. And it was a knock on the door, and someone offered me something, and long story short, I'm not smart enough to say no. And today, currently, my presence is almost 2 million people.